Network Management Fundamentals, Chapter 12, Management Metrics, Assessing Management Impact and Effectiveness. Management Metrics, Assessing Management Impact and Effectiveness. In this chapter, we return business proposition of network management to closed circle. Covered, we will understand the impact of network management and how it can be assessed and how much an assessment might be methodologically approached. Network management business impact. Network management is a competitive factor in a number of ways. The total cost of ownership, known as TCO, of a network, revenues that can be generated from community services, certain properties of the network itself that increase its value, most importantly, network cost of ownership. Of the three factors just listed, the impact of network management on the cost equation is the one that generally receives most attention. Enabling of revenues. Less obvious, but just as important as the cost side of the equation, is the fact that network management is also a big factor in increasing revenues that can be generated from a network. Network availability. Finally, network management play a significant role in improving certain properties of the network itself that increase the network's effectiveness and trading off the benefits and cost of network management investments. Of course, network management's positive impact described previously is partly offset by the cost of network management itself, the cost for additional operational support infrastructure, and to a much lesser extent, the additional management traffic and load on network devices that could effectiveness be used for productive traffic. Some factors that determine management effectiveness. The effectiveness of management is influenced at multiple levels. At the level of the managed technology itself, this is often known as the term manageability, referring to the ease with which managed systems and devices allow themselves to be managed. At the level of management application and operation support infrastructure, and finally at the level of the management organization itself, that was the tools and infrastructure. Managed technology, manageability. Manageability refers to the collecting set of properties of an entity, which is a device or a network, that allow it to be managed. Manageability is not a binary in nature. Management systems and operation support infrastructure. We now take a look at management application and identify what types of properties affect management effectiveness at that level. The following are some of the aspects that affect the costs associated with management infrastructure, most of them completely unsurprising and in line with that of other business software applications. The capability of a management application to scale. The capability of a management application to be distributed across multiple hosts. Use of low-cost operating systems, hardware platforms, and databases. Capabilities that facilitates management of management systems themselves, and features that facilitates integration into operation support environments. Management organizations. Providing services and operating networks constitutes one particular scenario to which methodologies developed in that space can be applied. Assessing network management effectiveness. This is a management value chain. This starts with individual management features such as a threshold, crossing alerts, programmabilities, and sort and search functions. Management metrics to teach business impact. The business impact of network management consists of its contributions to cost savings, revenues, and improved network services themselves, specifically regarding reliability and availability. Availability, some key terms. The percentage of times during which a service is functioning properly. MTBF, known as mean time between failures, a classical measure of reliabilities. This gives an indication of how often a service or device becomes unavailable regardless of the duration of the failures. MTTR, which means mean time to repair, another classical measure. This indicates how long it takes for services that are inspected by failure to be restored. Management metrics to track contributions to management effectiveness. Metrics that can be used to assess management business impact are one way to access management effectiveness. Metrics for complexity of operational tasks. Perhaps the most important aspect that contributes to management effectiveness concerns the complexity of operational tasks that network managers are faced with. Reducing complexity is important for a number of reasons. Operational costs, because operations generally have fewer steps to perform for a good task, and those steps may be simple but require less training. Developing your own management benchmark. The goal here is to provide a set of criteria that can be used to assess the effectiveness and business contributions of management and management technology under different criteria. Accessing and tracking the state of management. Metrics can be used to compare management effectiveness between different service providers or IT departments, providing insight into their relative strengths. In using metrics to direct management investments. In the beginning, establish the objectives for further investment. With the objectives in place, identify metrics that can be used to assess the degree to which those objectives are met. With the metrics identified, determine different alternatives that will have an impact on those metrics. And finally, select the alternate that yields the most attractive return on investment, known as ROI. That is the highest benefit that is relative to cost. The end. That is the end of my Chapter 12 presentation.